Jordan and Kane will certainly be competing with the at the Mike spot from day one on. Jordan's put in a lot of time. Kane certainly has the experience advantage that he gained when Jevin went down late in the year. I look forward to that. It's one of the competitions, really, at a number of the linebacker slots. I look forward to the competition this spring, but Mike linebacker is one of them. Damon will have an opportunity to start working up the depth charts very fast. He's done a nice job of working to adjust to a four-year program and what goes on this time of year. I'm sure he's excited about getting to football and getting out of some of the conditioning stuff that we've been doing and prove to us why we brought him here. Terry has gone. He had one negative day leading into winter conditioning where the knee swelled up. After that, he hasn't had anything. He's gone through all the off-season stuff without a brace, without a sleeve. Proud of him getting that done and not being nervous, not relying on some extra support. So he'll go into spring ball fully healed and free to do everything that we go out to do. We recruited Jay with that length in mind. We want some range out there. We want some levers, as I like to refer to them, that receivers have to work around. He's got some similar traits of Deion Broomfield in that he's a little bit longer in his length, and because of that, covers ground without giving the appearance that he's overly quick. You look at him going against somebody whose feet appear to be moving, 3 steps to his 2 steps, but they're arriving at the same point at the same time. And Jay brings that. Regan brings great speed and quickness and urgency. You're right. There's, in my opinion, there's more inexperience at Regan's spot. Because Jay's been through, 4-year program and 2-year program and played a little bit more football. I think that's another one of those spots, as I talked about, I still put that under the linebacker label, that I'm excited to see the competition. And Josh Jollis is a good football player. He showed up for us in special teams. I think you all recognize that. And this move puts him closer to the ball and puts him in a position he might be able to help us defensively. He's doing very well. He's had 2 chemo treatments. The doctors are very pleased with how it started out. His mindset is sensational, and as you can imagine, the support internally as well as externally from the Cyclone Nation has just been overpouring with support of him, and he feels that, recognizes it. Family's fortunate that mom flew up for the second treatment. Mom and dad were both here for the first treatment. He's on a 4-month plan, and we're anxious to see the same type of positive, steady growth that's taken place thus far. We've got, especially on defense, we've got a lot of new folks over there that have a chance to upgrade us, talent-wise, and with what we go out and get accomplished. Gabe Luna is, glass half empty. I kept waiting for something to happen to him, because when you got a back and you put all the strain and stress that you do this time of year, but he's pushed through everything that we've done and really demonstrated that he's ready to get out on the field and play. Having Terry in position to not be wearing that brace and now to get out and compete is exciting. Throw Jordan Harris in there, who's coming off a redshirt season. We brought him into play. He never got to that position, but now he's added to the mix as well. So, yeah, very excited to get these guys out in the field and start playing defense, start playing football. I think run game comes immediate to mind, Randy. And we don't talk it. We don't talk it just to make you believe that the run game is an emphasis. We have to run the ball better. Mark recognizes that first and foremost. Our kids do, and that's why I talked about knocking some people off the ball earlier. You can't play on the line of scrimmage over the long term and be successful running the ball. You got to be able to attack downhill and go north and south. So run game is a spot for sure that we got to get better. Defensively, young guys getting older, inexperienced players playing with experience and playing better as a group. I think the defensive staff, this is a compliment and also something that's got to change for us to play better. They work so hard to try to compensate for deficiencies that we got away from playing our defense and just playing to the best of our abilities and being sound in how we accomplish that, and getting back to those things, the fundamentals of running the ball, tackling well, playing with good angles, playing with good leverage. We have to do as a defense. There's no area that you can't mark that we don't need improvement in as a defensive football team to compete in the Big 12 Conference. I'd like to see our special teams elevated, even though if you look at 3 of the 4 top units, you'd argue nationally that we were pretty good. And if we're going to get back to bowl game status, we've got to be really good in special teams always as one phase of the game. We've looked at the weight room first. We are not going to become just a preventative working team in there where we look on just keeping our guys on the field. You got to get stronger. You got to get more explosive. To do that, you have to put heavy weight on the bar at times to get that accomplished. But we're going to do less in terms of getting to 1-rep maxes and having game days, test days as far as that's concerned in the weight room to look at our durability and endurance a little bit. I think we're looking at past injured guys. Let's just talk about Brock Daigle, for example. I'm going to be really smart in how he practices. Come fall, we'll be smart in how Daniel Burton practices and so forth, and making sure we're getting those guys, primarily experienced players. You can't take an inexperienced guy that has something and get him ready to play. You just can't. But getting experienced guys to game day as fresh and healthy as we can get them. And then quite honestly, you need some luck. We've had our share of bad. I'd turn it over for some good right now.